while, but I am back on YouTube. So I wanted to catch you all up on what I've been reading, what I've been doing, and my upcoming TBR reads. So let's get started. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified. All right, so Read and Skate with Nina. Welcome back, welcome back. I need to welcome back myself because I think it's been a while since I posted on YouTube. For those of you that have a TikTok, I'm also on TikTok as well under Read and Skate with Nina, so you can check me out over there for just like short little video reviews and clips and things like that. TBRs, just a quick little update there. All right, so I am still reading The Good Dirt, or Good Dirt, by Charmaine Wilkerson. It's a bit of a slow read for me. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just really slow, and there are some parts that I'm just like, okay, I don't really care about. Let's just move on. But I can appreciate the author giving some depth and detail and a little bit of history, because I think without it, it would hurt the story. So I can appreciate that. It's basically, we're following a girl named Evie, and she and her brother were involved in a shooting where her brother did not make it. And we're just going through her life as she's dealing with that trauma. And then also we have a jar that, believe it or not, and it's also on the cover. It may be hard to see because honestly, I didn't even notice it until I was really looking at it. There is a jar, you can see a handle here on the cover, and then there is a face of a female here. And the jar in this story has, is basically a character. I know you guys have heard me reference Stephen King and how he makes a town seem like a character, like the town of Derry or the town of Jerusalem's Lot. When you're reading it, it seems like it's a character. Well, it kind of reminded me of that when it comes to the jar in the story. It's called Old Mo, and there's history behind it. And when her brother was shot and killed, this jar was ruined. So not only is she dealing with the trauma of losing her brother, but there's some trauma behind this jar being ruined during that too. And they refer to the jar as Old Mo, and it's basically, like I said, it's a character and there's history behind it. I do like how she goes back and forth between history and current day. It's not like it's confusing, it's very clear. It's just that the story is very slow to me. At one point I thought that I might DNF it, but I don't know, I'm still interested in what's gonna happen, so I'm gonna give it a try. I'm at the point, and just so everybody knows, there's a tad bit of spoilers as I'm updating you on where I'm at with this book. But I'm at the point where E.B., her fiance, had stood her up at the altar. So she's just had a ton of things going on in her life. He stood her up at the altar, and she runs into him in another country with his new fiance. And so she's dealing with that. So I'm kind of at the part where they're having some dialogue with each other. So I don't know. Like I said, it was slow for me. I almost wanted to DNF, but I'm still interested to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to keep going. I'm about, how many pages in? 181 pages in, and I believe it's about 348 pages. So not that far to go. I'm just going to go ahead and finish it, and I'll let you guys know what I think. But that's where I'm at with this. I am still reading the Dead Meat Apocalyptic series. Remember, that's 7 books. Am I on book 3? I think I'm on book 3 right now. Like I said, I'm loving it. It's just a real easy, chill read, something to read at night. So I'm excited about getting through that series. And what else do I have? I have my notes here. So I'm still reading Dead Meat, and that's going to take some time because, like I said, 7 books. But I just wanted to update you. And it's an apocalypse, so it's going the way you would think apocalypse would. I'm still intrigued. I'm still interested in the story and the characters and where they're going and how that's going to turn out. So, yep, that's my update there. Also, I have two new books that literally just, Amazon literally just delivered that I'm so excited about. One is called Sins of the Lines by Sharonda Exodus. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am so horrible with names. Is it Exantus? I think it's Exantus. But I started following her. She's an author, obviously. I started following her on TikTok, and I saw that she had published this book, and she's currently working on publishing the second book to this. But I was excited about it because as a college graduate, Norfolk State University, behold, I'm kind of interested in stories that have like a college storyline. And this looks like it has to deal with a fraternity or sorority. It says a pledge brought them together, their secrets tore them apart. So I'm excited about this one. I'm gonna jump right into reading this one. It seemed like it might be a nice quick read. There's the author. You guys can follow her on TikTok. I think you would thoroughly enjoy it. Show some support. All right, let's go over my next one. I have Suffer the Children. This is by Craig. Is another name. I don't know why I have the hardest time pronouncing author names. And I'm like this too when I'm reading my books. If I run into a name that I just cannot pronounce or I'm having a hard time with, I just give it a nickname just for the duration of the book. That's just how I do it. But the author name is Craig DeLuey. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. You guys know I love stuff like this. The darker, the better. Okay. So this is about just one day at a certain time, the children just up in the world just all drop dead. Okay. All the children, they just die. But then they all rise. So what happens from there? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited. Is making me think Pet Cemetery, but like on another level. I don't know. Maybe Pet Cemetery wouldn't be a good one because people are like choosing to bury their child in that Indian burial ground for them to come back, versus this one doesn't seem to be much of a choice. But it's something extra scary about children coming back and being evil in a scary story or a movie. It's just, it takes it up another notch for me. So we'll see. I'm excited. You guys know I have a huge TBR list. So this, after I'm done with the books I'm currently reading, I plan to knock down this pile right here. Now, I chose them somewhat at random, but there are some that I've been wanting to read for quite some time, so I want to get it out the way. The first two I picked up at a thrift store. This is also another like apocalypse type story, Gone and Hunger by Michael Grant. Because I'm reading Dead Meat right now, I don't know, I may or may not jump into these right away, but they're definitely on my list. You just can't go wrong. And it's something about the writing of this, it tells me that it might be YA, which I have no problem with as long as the writing is clean, clear, and it's not too teenagery, if you know what I mean. All right. And A Little Life, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to pronounce the author, but you guys can see it right there on the page. A Little Life. I feel like I'm in a wonderful point in my life where I can actually pick this book up and read it. There was a time last year where I wanted to read this book, but it was too heavy for me mentally and I wasn't ready. So I am excited that I can finally dig into this because I do realize that I'll be walking into this knowing that it's a heavy, heavy book. So I'm prepared for that. Next is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I'm going to give this one a try. I haven't read anything by Riley Sager yet. I hear things about him off and on. Like you have some people that really love him and some people that just think he's okay. But this will be my first read, so I'm excited to give this author a try. The Fury by Michael Accolades. This has also been on my list. I want to say this has been on my list for over a year. It's been quite a while. It's been so long that I can't remember what it was about, but I know he also wrote The Silent Patient, and I really, really enjoyed that. I know some people are kind of back and forth on it, but I enjoyed it. I don't know if my thinking is a little slow sometimes when it comes to detective work, but when I was reading Silent Patient, I didn't guess that. I'm not gonna give it away, but I didn't guess the twist in that so easily, so maybe that's why it was enjoyable for me. And next I have Adelaide. I just thought it was a beautiful cover. I did hear good things about this one. I feel like might be When Love Asks Too Much of Us, How Do We Find the Strength to Put Ourselves First? Oh, I think that's a good opening there. So yeah, this is definitely on my list. And obviously, because we're in December as of tomorrow, I'm not going to get these all done in a month, but it'll probably be over December and January. And that way I can come back and tell you guys what I think. Next is The Poppy Fields by Nikki Ehrlich. I just thought this was so pretty. I love the cover. It has the sprayed edges. And also, this one is a signed copy by the author. Look, there's her signature. So it's definitely a keeper. It says, "What if there were a cure for the brokenhearted?" So it says, "Welcome to the poppy field where there's hope for even the most battered hearts to heal." I don't know. I guess we'll give this a try and see what I think. And then last, I have The Reformatory. I've tried to read this one time and had to stop. It is a pretty thick book, but it is a horror by Tananarive Due, and I am interested in horror written by Black authors. So I do like to promote that and talk about that. I started this and I had to stop. I don't know if I just had a lot going on. I don't think it was the writing or the story itself, but I plan to start this back up and read it all the way through. I have, after looking at reviews, seen mixed reviews on this, where some people absolutely loved it and went right through it, and then there were some people who just had to DNF it because they could not finish. So that's what I have here. And that's what I wanted to hop on and talk about, but I'll try to check in at least. You know, I was doing pretty good, doing once a week videos and filming once a week for YouTube. And then I got on TikTok and I was like, oh my gosh, it's just so easy to just post something quickly. And I know sometimes our attention spans can't hold for but so long. So it's just really been working for me to just do a quick video review or whatever and just put it on TikTok. Because you guys know when it comes to me and editing, it's just not my favorite thing to do. And so with YouTube, it does take quite a bit of time to get on here and edit. But for my people who only have YouTube and don't have a lot of social media accounts, I'm more than happy to get up here and get on multiple platforms just to get my channel out there and talk about reading, because I think it's healing. I think it's healing. I think it's spiritual. I think it's I love it. It just really is one of the important things in my life that just gets me through. For me, it's self-care. It's just like the title, you know, in my channel. It's a form of escapism and it's self-care. So, all right. I'm going to leave it there and I will see you guys next time. All right.